and welcome or welcome back to House of Astralis. My name is Kayla, and today I will be your cosmic guide for your new moon in Cancer spread. I am very excited. New moon in Cancer. I hope you have a fantastic new moon cycle. And of course, as this is a collective reading, please be at peace with anything that does not fit because anything that doesn't fit for you will fit for someone else. So I have 6 questions here. A spread is this will probably be a little lengthy, honestly. And I have my ritual workbook that I will read from as well. Definitely no stranger to this. We've done this a couple times now, but I am using their spread. This is not sponsored. I just really like their explanations and I like the questions that they have in their spreads. So I figured I can go ahead and do that for us here. And let's get started. So, June 25th brings a new moon in Cancer, a deeply emotional and i- introspective lunation that offers a chance to reset and reconnect with our inner world. Cancer, ruled by the moon, is a water sign known for its nurturing, protective, and intuitive nature. This alignment amplifies themes of home, family, and emotional security, encouraging us to create safe spaces both physically and emotionally. It is a time to listen to our intuition, honor our feelings, and set intentions that support emotional well-being. As a cardinal water sign, Cancer initiates new emotional cycles, helping us embrace fresh starts in matters of the heart and home. Cardinal energy is proactive, urging us to take the first steps towards deeper emotional fulfillment. However, because water signs process life through feelings, this new moon may bring heightened sensitivity, making it essential to prioritize self-care and boundaries. It's a powerful time for inner reflection, reconnecting with loved ones, and nurturing the foundations of our lives. Using this lunation, themes of emotional security and comfort take center stage. Whether it's strengthening family bonds, tending to personal needs, or healing old wounds, the new moon in Cancer invites us to build emotional resilience. By setting intentions rooted in self care, safety, and compassion, we align with Cancer's nurturing energy, safe space, creating space for personal and emotional growth in the weeks to come. Awesome! Yeah. Cancer, I don't have any planets there, unfortunately, but I am a Scorpio sun, so water there. I don't think I have too much Pisces either at the top of my head. There's something in Pisces. Anyways, good luck to you. Good luck to us all, right? And honestly, I only know a couple of Cancers, which is interesting. And the one person I know, I'm like, how are you a Cancer? He's very tough. He's very tough on the external, so that kind of the shell. Oh my goodness, he's the crab. There we go. That it makes sense now. But to start us off, I wanted to get us into the overall energy that you will experience this new moon cycle. So overall energy, please, spirit. We've got 34. Integrate. What you seek has been given. Rest to process these upgrades. So it looks like there has been some energetic upgrades happening, and your body's calling for rest. Maybe literally upgrades in your home, your emotional fulfillment, your nurturing. So it's time to rest to integrate that, right? We have 27 soul remembrance, clips of your lives once lived seep through your subconscious. Acknowledge these memories and that you chose to enter this dimension of experience for deep healing. So there could be some memories, kind of locked away. And oh, okay. So you don't have to, it can be helpful to kind of dig deep and really um ask yourself where did these come from, or if you want to go into it that way. But there's also ways to emotionally heal yourself without having to dig deep through all the trauma and stuff, because sometimes that may not help. People sit in therapy for years and they feel like there's no end to it because they're just reliving constantly and constantly. So the emotion code is a good technique because you can figure out what emotion is hindering you at this time, and then you can really go ahead and just let it go. You don't have to dig deeper. Your body will, your subconscious will let you know if you have to dig deeper, and that's when you can. And again, it doesn't have to be about reliving stuff over and over again. But yeah, you came here for deep healing, so good job. It's a way to heal our bloodline too, our lineage, and maybe even past versions of ourselves who didn't get the chance. So now we're here and we have to heal. And it's a big feat, right? But you've got this. And we've got 40, beacon of light. Create a container for your energy so you remain in your own frequency. Stay in your strong sense of self. So yeah, when we're very um when our energy is all over the place and we don't have good boundaries about what is mine, what is theirs, then that's when we kind of merge with other people and that's when we take stuff on for them. That's when we get angry because someone around us is angry, right? We're taking it on. And so you have to make sure to have your protective bubble up a little bit. I have a Instagram post on that actually, so that's interesting that that came up and it's useful, right? When you're out in public, when you're anywhere, like, okay, what's my energy? Being able to really create your own container here so that you don't exchange what you don't want to, and you can really keep your own stuff. I think that's what's most important here as well. You got to keep your own because you have to be responsible for your own. You don't want to be responsible for other people's emotions either. We've got 10, karmic completion. So that can be literally when we dive deep into our emotions or how we're feeling, we just take the time to nurture ourselves and our bodies. We come to a place where we can really complete these cycles, right? We acknowledge it, we're doing something about it, and now it's time for us to complete the cycle of not caring or not knowing, and now it's time for healing. 71, health. It's time for healing. And you know what? Okay, so technically now it would be the fourth oracle and the bottom of the numerology both talk about patience. So I'm going to mention that because they both came out. So it's like you really have to know patience, right? 32, patience. Not all will awaken at the same rate. Be patient and hold space for those who need your guidance. So to me, it sounds like there may be someone who isn't aware or who isn't maybe as open as nurturing as you might hope that they would be, and it's kind of creating resistance or it's hard for you. So in that case, you can't baby someone and do all the steps for them. You can guide them, you can be with them, offer support, but if they're so resistant, then you have to kind of step back and realize that they are sovereign. They are their own being. You are not responsible for them. So at the end of the day, they have free will, they have choices to make, and you have to choose to let yourself free of that because you have to take care of yourself. And yeah, two, patience. So have patience with yourself. And it could be just, lots of emotions coming up too. And you have to be patient and kind of with yourself and other people about what will come out because it's going to be emotional, right? That's kind of the joy of the water, of the Cancer new moon. Okay, lastly, just one overall. What's the overall energy of this collective space for the new moon? We have strength. You've got this. You can overcome those emotional blocks, those emotional boundaries. You're going to be able to get through it. And no matter what type of release that you have, if it's so strong, you're crying all the time, whatever it looks like, you are strong and you can get through it. Your body just needs to process that. So if that's the way you can let things go, then that's the way you can let things go. And we have the Empress. So she's literally the fourth house, right? Fourth house of Cancer. She's the mother archetype. She's the receptive in flow. So yeah, embody that, embody her, be your inner empress. And it doesn't matter who you are. it's just an archetype. It doesn't matter on sex or gender or any stereotypical box that we have put ourselves in. It's just the energy, the yin, the flow, the openness, the receptive, the emotional side, so that you can go ahead and complete things. We have 10 of cups as well. So another 10, another completion. This is all just fitting together very well. Happiness, love at the end of the day, once you're able to release those emotions that are holding you back or anything that is holding you back, you now have the ace, the new opportunity to go ahead and do it. Have a new emotional opportunity and fulfillment and new way to express yourself. Be creative, even. So, first question, what emotional wounds or patterns are you ready to heal? Interesting. We've got Seven of Cups and seven in numerology. So with the Seven of Cups, it's the all the choices you've had to make of emotion of I can act this way or that way, or holding yourself back maybe out of fear, all the turmoil, the fear of if I let myself express this emotion, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to be dragged into the depths? Are the monsters going to get me? Is my heart too guarded? What are you protecting in order to not feel those emotions. But with that, if you are so protecting of it, ultimately it may hinder you because if you're not letting your heart be open, have that space to breathe, then you're hindering yourself. So you're ready to heal the guardedness and the lack of emotional availability. Again, all these choices of what do I do? What do I do? Your heart will let you know, but if you've got it locked up so tightly, then how is it going to let you know? Are you going to listen to it? Or are you going to be scared of what is to come? But either way, there's personal growth, right? There's personal growth in this. When you heal and acknowledge these patterns and habits, you can go ahead and grow from that. I see this as you in the middle here. It's like there's a lot all around you, maybe previous patterns that you've had, putting other people before yourself, and now it's like your spirit wants to come through and shine, put some light into the nightmares that you have to really help you grow. So 7-7, lucky number. And then we've got what self-care practices or habits can you adopt to nurture your emotional and physical well-being? So it's some self-care that you can have. Okay. I was gonna shuffle that, but that came up anyways. And they said take it. So we have Six of Wands. So with that, give yourself some recognition, some praise. You deserve to be recognized and have the good job, the words of empowerment and words of, I would say victory, words that make you feel good inside. So give that to yourself. You can nurture yourself by saying good job in the morning every day, right? Good job for the day. At the end of the night, when you're doing your night routine, getting ready for bed, say, hey, good job, by the way. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself the recognition that you deserve because all this healing needs recognition as well. You, it's hard not to finish things when you don't get the recognition, right? So when you're in this process of healing, make sure to tell yourself, like, dang, it was a hard day today, but good job. You did it. You got through it. And now we're going to wake up tomorrow and we're going to do it all over again. So great job, right? Tell that to yourself all the time. Forgive yourself for whatever comes up for you because it's being healed. You can't argue with that, right? If it's being healed, it's being healed. That's the good thing about it. You don't have to worry so much about don't be compassionate with yourself, right? I think somewhere mentioned compassion. So make sure to really take the time again to give yourself the recognition that you deserve and the good job, the praise for your inner child and for yourself, obviously. But What can you do to improve and nurture your relationships with loved ones? What can you do to improve your relationships? Whoa. We've got the Page of Pentacles and we've got 13 effort. So, okay, there's kind of two separate things here because I accidentally flipped over the bottom of the deck. I didn't mean to, but it happened. So the Judgment came out. And with that, and paired with the Page of Pentacles, have a wake-up call. Really judge these relationships. Are they nurturing? Are they your best bet? Really have that call, be like, okay, this is your time to be discernment about, is this working for me? Do I want to pick it up again? Do I want to continue to go through this? Really, like, is it worth my effort here? And when you have that discernment and you make the best choices for yourself, ultimately you benefit everybody in the end. Even it may hurt, right? If the other person feels like, come on, we're friends. Why did you leave me? But if it's for your best good, it's also going to be for their best good. They just may not see it yet. Um, so make sure to take the time to, again, have discernment for yourself, really evaluate the people in your life and your relationships and see, do you want to go deeper? Do you want to kind of take a step back? And where can there be more effort? Yeah, you can put more effort in or take your effort away. Really, just it depends on your situation. We have a collective here. So there's a couple different scenarios, but you got to decide, is this the kind of cat bowls went off? So the cats are getting fed. Are you getting fed here in your relationships? Are they fulfilling both of you? It's an equal give and take opportunity. We have love and partnership. So is this the best partnership for me? How can it be improved here? So really use your discernment and see what you can do to nurture this or let it go. So it'll take some evaluating, right? Really take this time to evaluate and do it with love, regardless. Even if you have to let people go, there's still ways you can do it with compassion and grace and love. It doesn't have to be so out of the top or over the top in the sense that, it doesn't have to be dramatic. But yeah, again, with effort, kind of work on it. You got to work on it either way, whether you let it go or keep it. There's some work that needs to be done. So, what emotional blocks are holding you back? What emotional blocks are holding this collective back? What emotional blocks are holding this collective back? We've got the star, which I can't show because it's risque. So with the star paired with the emperor, I see rigidity, like too much rigidity and maybe control. That's what I'm getting at. Control. You want to control how it's going to look, how you're going to get there, but you have to cleanse and purify your waters, your emotions before you can see before you can step back and have that openness. So not to be so guarded, being guarded, not f oh, that's interesting. So in the image, she's pouring a red or a cup with red liquid into the water, and then on the rose, that has the water being poured out. So you can talk about, like the alchemical process, the purification, like I was talking about. But if you're filling your pond, your emotional needs with something that doesn't fit, that isn't there for your highest and best good, then that's going to taint your waters. And then when you go and water yourself, it may be a little tainted with someone else, with other people. Did we have where did it go? It was talking about, oh yeah, create a container for your energy so you remain in your own. You have to make sure that your pond, your waters, your fulfillment is coming from yourself ultimately, or if it is from other people, have a way to transmute that. So there's some emotional need that you're carrying for other people and it's not yours. So you have to make sure to let it go. And with the emperor, again, the control, the rigidity, to like you want to protect your home, the people around you, but you can't take on their burdens for them. You can just be there to guide and be there to support, but you can't take it on for them. And there's ways to help them as well. Like I said, the emotion code, that's you can do it for yourself, your pets, anybody. So look into that. I'm also just starting the energy codes by Dr. Sue Morter, and I'm just like, wow. Wow. Very nice. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Dr. Sue, for this. And we have 77 spirituality. So if there's anything blocking your spiritual path, if there's something, and spirituality looks different for everybody, but if you're being called to something, it's kind of for a reason in the sense like, just look into it. Maybe there's something there. There's a breadcrumb you can follow. The 77 again. So in the beginning we had 7 7 and then spirituality 7 7. Interesting. So 7 7 is an angel number that's very lucky. It's very divine, divinely orchestrated. They all are, they're angel numbers, but Um, so yeah, if there's anything hindering you, that can also hinder your spirituality. And the star is interesting because it's number 17 too. 7. And that's divine guidance. That's the divine coming out to say, hey, it's going to look bright. It's looking okay. So maybe you're closing yourself off to that guidance that would help you because you're too structured, too shelled, too much in your shell. You got to be openly and emotionally available for this. How can you strengthen your intuition and trust your inner guidance? So, like I said, be open. How can you strengthen your intuition and inner guidance? What can you do to really open up, get the messages around you, center yourself? I heard, and again, the bubble, because you don't want to take on other people's, and that makes it harder to distinguish what is yours and what isn't. How can this collective strengthen their intuition and trust their inner guidance? Firstly, you can embrace, oh yeah, the Three of Swords. Embrace the heartache, the hurt that you've been through, and really see how it's benefited you. So if you look in the past of this hurt me before, and if you can see the silver lining in it of, oh, in reality, like this actually helped me. My heart isn't broken. Allow that this new thought process of, oh, it did work out, and just the openness to receiving that. Open your heart space, your heart chakra, because that's where you can receive more information. That's where your inner guidance, your heart can open up and give you the intuition that you're looking for, the guidance. So make sure to communicate with it. Number three, say, "Hey heart, I know you're there. I know you're there. Thank you for everything." And just give me guidance, right? It takes that little minute of the words. You need to use your words and your thoughts, communicate with the world around you to say what you want. What do you want? You really gotta put it out there. And with the world, I see that completion, and there's everything in the magician. So all four elements here, really taking that and harnessing it and seeing how you can use it to your advantage and work with it. The scarab beetle is also there, and that's a symbol of transformation, life, and rebirth. So really taking the time to see how far you've come and communicate your wants, your needs, and what was I saying about the bubble, like right before this? They're in the bubble. They're in their protective layer from the outside elements. They're only letting what is theirs and what is of their highest and best good in here. So I think protecting your energy is going to be super important for you at this time because, again, when you have the distinguishment of yours and theirs, it becomes a lot easier to be like, oh, okay, this isn't mine. Let me go with what is mine, my heart. Their heart space is literally right there. Love that. Love to see it. And we have Eight of Swords. So letting go of the victim mentality, of course, but letting go of what isn't yours any longer. She's carrying all these swords, all these thoughts, all these words that aren't hers, but you have to have the self-discipline to go ahead and distinguish the discernment. What is mine? What is theirs? What do I want? What do I want? Intuition. So being able to let that go and eventually fill these waters that are empty, right? Because here there's a lack of intuition, but once you let these go, you can go ahead and on the path of your spiritual awareness, of your awakening of, oh, this is mine. I know that for a fact, and this is theirs. I can release that from me. And the emotion code also helps release inherited emotions. So if you inherited it from your family, or even absorbed it from anyone around you, you can let it go because it is no longer yours. And once you let that go, you release them as well. So that's very beautiful. Again, just communicate with the world around you, communicate with your intuition, play those little games, extrasensory perception games. Could be very cheap and very simple. I just made numbers on cards and I try to feel which one is the one I'm looking for. There's so many things out there. There's intuition testing. Um, I post some of those on my reels as well, more to come, but there's so many things you can do. Literally, just next time I lift a card, before I show you, just be like, what's there? Try to test it with yourself, your body, and see if you can guess it. Okay. Lastly, last question, how can you create a safe and nurturing space for yourself? How can you create a safe and nurturing space for yourself? I don't I kind of assume I can show this because it's a male body and they don't get demonetized, you know? It's just his chest and his abs, but he's naked riding a sea dragon. So, I don't know. I'll keep it safe for now. But with this, it's being able to romanticize your life, right? Being able to go into the depths of the emotions that you feel and really come out and tame that dragon because it's not scary once you finally realize your shadow self isn't as scary as you think. You can come out and work with it. You can control it without letting it get the best of you or overly react here. So really take the time to romanticize your life, yourself, and love yourself. Have faith that you can do this and let go of the temptations of the little snakes that are not serving your rebirth. Right? And let go of people who are hindering your growth, someone you always have to fight with, right? Or argue with, the drama. Let it go. It's not providing that safe and nurturing space that you need in your container. You gotta block yourself from that, right? This is why you are creating a container because there's bickering, there's drama, there's just lots of stuff that isn't yours around you and stuff that you don't necessarily want to be in or you should be in. So being able to ride that dragon with ease, cool off the fire, whether that's letting them go or or putting that bubble around you and still having them in your life because protecting your peace doesn't mean you have to let everybody go. That's not what it's about. It's being able to protect your peace and still be collaborative with other people, be around people. And if they can't accept your boundaries, then that's when you know it's not the best fit if they are not supporting your boundaries. And that's fine too. We also have 85, follow your dreams. So you feel good when you are doing what's best for you, what you want, what you're passionate about. So the Knight of Cups is also very much about following your dreams. Again, he's the romantic. He's going to go after. He lives his life full of love here, and you can really embody that as well. Do what you would like. We also have 91 surrender. So take that time to go within and really allow yourself to dig deep and be okay with what comes out because ultimately it's for your highest and best good, right? You gotta let it out to acknowledge it and then not stuff it back in and never let it come out again. That's where your chance is to have the strength to transmute it and really have it work best for you. And maybe this will open you up and allow yourself to see what your dreams are, what your heart truly wants here. Any last messages for this collective? Two. Alrighty, so the last messages I have for you here are 21, universal oneness. We are all in this together. Consciousness is flowing without separation. We act as one. Again, more water, right? See yourself in the world around you and listen to the world around you because they have a lot to say. All the animals, everything. The wind. We have 18, way shower. You are guiding others by living in alignment with your true, authentic self. Remember to shine your light and lead by example. So I like that with the 85, follow your dreams. When you do in alignment for you and live in your authenticity, you empower others to do the same. When you release all this emotional baggage, those around you can also kind of fill their cup from your energy without them being energy vampires because you have to have those boundaries. That's what's important here. You have to show the way, lead by example, be that leader, be that emperor, right? If you're too scared to show up for yourself and for those around you, you gotta work that out. Look into it. Why do I feel this way? And let it go. And 91 popped out again. So it's really asking you to surrender at this time, surrender to not to your emotions because you don't want them to like make decisions for you or overdo it, right? But you want to be able to let them come up. So again, you can ride that dragon and not be so fearful of your emotions. And for the bottom of the decks, we had 42, Truth Seeker. Strengthen your intuitive senses and lift the veil from your mind's eye for a clearer connection to source. Yeah, so you're being guided here to unlock your intuition. See what's working out for you and what isn't. Really let the blocks go. And they could be emotional. Everything's connected. Mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, it's all connected. So when you better one thing, you can work on the others. Lastly, we have 57 teaching and learning. So learning what intuition is, learning how to use your clairs, learning spirituality, like what interests you. There's so many things and it's not so rigid, which is nice. It doesn't look the same to everybody. You can have such a rigid practice. You can not. There's so many things out there. Just look, learn. And again, go read some books. Go read some books here. I've mentioned a couple now, the Emotion and Body Code by I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. Um, just look it up. And then Dr. Sue Morter with the energy codes. Two perfect things. Just learn. And if it doesn't work for you, that's fine. Use your discernment, right? That's the power of your intuition. Learn about intuition. There's a Psychic Lauren just posted a video about psychic development books that she would and wouldn't recommend. Go look there if you're interested in learning. And again, she's a teacher. She will teach you and you can learn from her. So With that being said, have a great new moon in Cancer, and I hope this brings you emotional fulfillment, unlocking the emotional depths that you are in so you can live a better, brighter, more authentically aligned life. And I can't wait to read for you again next time. If you are interested in a personal reading, please don't hesitate to get my information from down below and let me know. Thank you.